Ethiopia, a land of ancient history and vibrant cultures, boasts a rich tapestry of ethnic groups. Over 80 distinct communities contribute to the nation's social fabric, each with its own language, traditions and heritage. This diversity, while a source of national pride, has also been a source of enduring tensions. The Amhara people, historically prominent in the country's highlands, have played a significant role in shaping Ethiopia's political landscape. Their influence, deeply intertwined with the nation's history, has left an indelible mark on the country's trajectory. However, the Amhara's dominance has not been without its challenges, as other ethnic groups have sought greater autonomy and recognition within the Ethiopian state. Understanding this complex interplay of ethnicities and power dynamics is crucial to grasping the current challenges facing Ethiopia. The nation stands at a crossroads, grappling with questions of identity, representation, and the equitable distribution of power among its diverse communities. The quest for a cohesive national identity, one that respects and celebrates its multifaceted heritage while ensuring equality for all its citizens, remains an ongoing and complex endeavor. For centuries, the Amhara held a position of political and cultural dominance in Ethiopia. This hegemony stemmed from their historical control over the country's political institutions, particularly the monarchy, which endured for centuries. The Amhara language, Amharic, became the language of the court and administration, further solidifying their influence. This historical dominance shaped the Amhara's perception of their role in Ethiopia. They saw themselves as the guardians of the nation's unity and identity, often promoting a narrative that emphasized their contributions to Ethiopian civilization. This narrative often overlooked or downplayed the roles and perspectives of other ethnic groups, fueling resentment and a sense of marginalization among them. The Amhara's control over key institutions, coupled with their historical narrative, created a power imbalance within Ethiopian society. Other ethnic groups, feeling marginalized and underrepresented, began to challenge the Amhara's dominance, leading to tensions and conflicts that continue to plague the country today. This legacy of Amhara hegemony underscores the need for a more inclusive national narrative, one that recognizes and respects the contributions of all of Ethiopia's diverse communities. The Amhara's narrative of Ethiopian identity, while deeply ingrained in the country's historical consciousness, has been increasingly contested by other ethnic groups. Groups like the Oromo, the largest ethnic group in Ethiopia, and the Tigrayans, who held power for a significant period in recent history, have challenged the Amhara's claims to cultural and political primacy. They argue that the Amhara's narrative marginalizes their own histories, languages, and cultural contributions to Ethiopia. This contestation of narratives has fueled ethnic tensions and conflicts as different groups vie for recognition, resources, and political power. The struggle over national identity is further complicated by disputes over land, resources, and access to political power. Ethnic groups often feel that their interests are best served by their own kin, leading to competition and mistrust between communities. Addressing these grievances and fostering a sense of shared national identity is crucial for Ethiopia's long-term stability and prosperity. Section 4. Flames of Discord. The unresolved tensions between the Amhara and other ethnic groups have erupted into open conflict in recent years. The most notable example is the ongoing conflict in the Amhara region itself, where Amhara militias have clashed with federal forces and other ethnic groups. These conflicts are often rooted in historical grievances, competition for resources, and disputes over land ownership. The Amhara, feeling threatened by the perceived erosion of their historical dominance, have mobilized to protect their interests, often resorting to violence. The violence has resulted in widespread human rights abuses, displacement, and a devastating humanitarian crisis. Thousands have been killed, and millions more have been displaced from their homes, exacerbating ethnic tensions and undermining the country's already fragile stability. The international community has expressed grave concern over the situation, urging all parties to engage in dialogue and seek a peaceful resolution to the conflict. Section 5. reconciling identity. The ongoing conflicts in Ethiopia underscore the urgent need for the country to confront the realities of its national identity. The old model of a centralized state dominated by one ethnic group is no longer tenable in the 21st century. Ethiopia must embrace its diversity and create a more inclusive national identity that respects the rights and aspirations of all its citizens, regardless of their ethnicity. This will require a fundamental shift in mindset, moving away from zero-sum politics and embracing dialogue, compromise and power sharing. The government must take concrete steps to address the historical grievances of marginalized groups, ensuring equal access to education, economic opportunities and political representation. A truth and reconciliation process, similar to what South Africa undertook after apartheid, could help heal the wounds of the past and foster a more inclusive future. Section 6. The Path to Peace. Achieving lasting peace in Ethiopia will require a multifaceted approach that addresses the root causes of the conflict, promotes dialogue, and ensures accountability for human rights abuses. The government must demonstrate its commitment to peace by engaging in good faith negotiations with all parties to the conflict, including armed groups that are willing to renounce violence. The international community, particularly regional actors like the African Union, has a crucial role to play in mediating the conflict and providing humanitarian assistance to those affected by the violence. Ultimately, the path to peace in Ethiopia lies in reconciliation, justice, and the creation of a more equitable and inclusive society. This will require courage, compassion, and a shared commitment from all Ethiopians to build a brighter future for their nation. The alternative, continued conflict, instability, and human suffering, is simply unacceptable.